Hello, welcome back. This recording, actually, I am about to be 34 weeks pregnant right now in this moment. And the reason I wanted to record this now at almost 34 weeks pregnant, before I give birth and everything, because I really want to talk about my journey up into this point and how I can really relate this to mindset and manifestation. Because here's the thing. A lot of people are probably like, well, Alyssa, why did you keep it to yourself? Why didn't you really share it on social media or whatever? Maybe you don't even care. Maybe you're just like, whatever, bitch. I just want to hear about your journey so far, which is great. Yeah, I'm glad you've tuned in because I really do think how I have been throughout my entire pregnancy really does directly relate to my mindset and my manifestation abilities. So, if you don't know this about me already, my entire life I have said, I don't want kids, I don't want kids, I don't want kids. Well, that changed after I got sober and after I turned 30. I really had this overwhelming feeling of like I want to be a mom. I want to have kids. I want to raise a family and I want to be 60, 70 years old and have like adult children who have their kids of their own and their spouses and all these things. And Josh, the incredible man that he is, whenever him and I were first dating, there was a specific moment in time when I told him, this was before we were even engaged, and I said, hey, I just want you to know, like, this is your out right now because I don't want kids. I don't see myself having kids, and if that is something that you really want to have in your life, I would rather you leave now than resent me whenever you are in your 60s and 70s that I never gave you children. And his response was, you can't make that definitive of an answer right now. And I remember being so mad because I was like, how are you going to tell me that I don't know like what it is that I want for myself and my body and my life, right? Well, turns out he was right. He was very right. And when I had this overwhelming feeling, I kind of kept it to myself from him for a little over a week, where I just kind of really sat and let it marinate because I am typically known for compulsion. I like to call it just being sure of myself, but I didn't want to get his hopes up by bringing this to him and then changing my mind in a few days. Like, if this was just a weird thing that I thought, and then I don't want it, I take it back. I didn't want to do that to him, to our relationship, whatever. So we were having lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I was like, I have to say it. Like, I can't keep this to myself any longer. I have to let him know, like, where my head's at. So I just said, hey, what do you think about me freezing my eggs? And his response was, I think that's fucking stupid. Why? And his response was that because he's like, why would we freeze your eggs? Like, I don't understand. Like, we haven't even tried to have kids. What is that is a not an option because we don't even know what we're working with here. We don't know what kind of gear we've got under the car. And yeah, like why are you even saying that? And I just like started crying and I was like, I think that I want to have kids. And like, it like scares me. And like, I'm just so nervous and all of these, doubts are coming in and all these things. And he was just like, if you want to have kids, of course I want to have kids with you as well. He's like, but like, this is solely your decision and it always has been. And let me just tell y'all how important it is to have a supportive fucking person in your life and to have him as not only my literal best friend but my spouse and now the father of my children. Like, I really could not have picked a better person for me in my life, truly and honestly. And when we decided, like, okay, well, we're going to start trying, we literally tried twice and I got pregnant. And before I got pregnant, there was this limiting belief of, it's not going to be easy for you because just women in general nowadays have such a harder time getting pregnant because we have so many like infertility issues in this country. And I knew for a fact I had to work on that limiting belief because that is not my truth. I don't want to claim that. I don't want that to be a part of who I am. And I really worked on getting my mindset right through the entire like trying to get pregnant process. I just told myself over and over and over again that whatever the outcome is going to be whatever it is, because this is the journey that I'm on. This is something that I signed up for. I want to release as much control as I possibly can and just really let what is meant to be. Okay. So I had an easy time getting pregnant. Now, I decided even before I got pregnant, I was like, I don't want to put this on social media at all. I do not want to post on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on TikTok, on anything that I am pregnant. I don't want to talk about being pregnant with strangers on the internet. I love you guys so much, but at the end of the day, like, we do not know each other. I don't know who is on the other side of this listening to me. And to me, like, I wanted my pregnancy to be so sacred and something that I kept so intimate that I didn't want to allow other people's energy into this pregnancy. And because I know that so many women have trouble conceiving and with infertility, even though someone might say they're happy for you, what are they actually feeling? Is it jealousy? Is it, Alyssa, that bitch did me wrong in high school and I hope that she has something horrible happen to her. Whatever, right? Like, I didn't want to subject myself or my pregnancy or this baby to any energy of strangers. Okay? Period. That's just, it is what it is. If you are not directly in my life, then you are not going to have access to this information. So I kept it to myself. A few people knew, my clients knew, because of course I had to tell them, like, hey, I'm going to be out for maternity leave. So, you know, but essentially people that I wanted to know knew this information. And I've got to tell you, the first trimester sucked. I was sick for like 6 weeks. Just, horrible nausea. I never threw up or like had any of that, but like the nausea was for real, y'all. Like, I literally thought, like, why? Like, I don't think I can do this. Like, if it's gonna be like this the whole time, I don't think I can do this because I was just so sick. But it has been smooth sailing after the first trimester. And because the algorithms knew that I was pregnant because of just things I'm looking up and on my phone and what I'm, looking at creating a registry and all these, whatever, I was getting bombarded with pregnancy content. And so much of the shit I was seeing was about how miserable these women were, how hard pregnancy is, how sick they are, all of these things that I was consuming, telling myself, well, I'm just getting information. But really, it was like seeping into me. And once I realized it was seeping into me, and I was kind of like going to bed anxious, I was waking up in the middle of the night, like having immediate thoughts of like pregnancy and delivery and labor and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? What the hell is going on? Like, this, my subconscious mind was being infiltrated with things that I did not align with, that I didn't want to align with, that simply have nothing to do with me. Okay. Someone's journey and what they're going through and what they're sharing on the internet has absolutely nothing to do with me. Someone else's pregnancy and what they're going through has absolutely nothing to do with me. So I was telling myself, I'm looking at this information to get information, to know what I should expect and all these things. But really, it was just me consuming other people's shit that I do not, did not, continue not to align with. So a part of this little series that I want to do is I really want to, and this is not me saying like my entire brand is going to be about motherhood, because it's not. Again, I want to keep this part of my life very sacred and to myself. Um, I have a lot of opinions about women in business who make their children a part of their marketing and their business, and I highly disagree with it. My child did not come into this earth for me to use as any type of content or marketing, so he simply just will not be used as that. And yeah, I want him to have fucking childhood. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to have my phone in his face capturing his every single second and then sharing it with strangers on the internet. Like, I think that's so just not aligned for me. And what I'm learning through this entire process is there is so much negativity around women becoming mothers, women raising children, women carrying both a successful business and being a mother, and being a successful mother and feeling like they have enough time to be a mother and be present and all of these things. And I really want to, and yes, still very new to this. When you listen to this episode, I'm going to be in the trenches of just having a baby and having a newborn. And when I say in the trenches, I don't mean like, oh my God, shit is so hard. I'm telling you, like, I'm, just adjusting to a new reality. That's a beautiful reality. And with that being said, when you listen, like, while I'm recording this right now, he isn't here yet. I haven't given birth yet. I don't know what the rest of this pregnancy is going to be, but up until now, my journey has already been so much different. And it's because of how I choose to embody motherhood and becoming a parent and balancing business and really setting myself apart from all the other people who are like, oh girl, I know it's fucking hard out here. Oh girl, I know you just wait until, and the fucking wait until people, you are just telling all of us how miserable you actually are. Okay? And I don't want any part of that. That is not my reality. It just simply isn't. And with everything that I have been working on in the past, I'm going to say year, really, because this has been like a year transition for me. Like, just the process of getting on board with, oh my God, my whole life I've never wanted kids and now I want kids. Like, what the fuck? This is a weird change of events. And then becoming pregnant and being a pregnant person and all of these things. A pregnant person, a pregnant woman. I'm sorry, I'm a woman, pregnant woman here. Um, and going through the journey of pregnancy and all of the things. I lost my train of thought. Whoopsie. But what I will say, we're just going to take a different road here. Oh, I know where I'm just going. The entirety of the past year, I have really wanted to be even more of the embodiment of what it is that I teach other people. And now that I have this new feather in my cap of motherhood and being someone who had a really peaceful and calm pregnancy, I really want to, like, encourage even more so that it's possible, right? Like, I really want to be, again, the embodiment of what this gets to look like, not only for myself, but for others. I really want to be the person that women look up to and say, wow, like, she did it. And if she did it, so did I. Like, so can I. I have an example of someone in real life who went down this journey and had a great time with it at the end of the day, you know? And so many people do who did know that I was pregnant, and like I would share with them, things, they would always tell me like, "Oh my God, Alyssa, like you look so great. Like you don't look pregnant." I'm like, "Okay. Does that mean that you think that pregnant women look not great?" I don't know. I also don't take it personally at all how people, respond and say things to me. It is what it is. But I've only gained like 22 pounds. I don't have swelling. I don't have any crazy pregnancy symptoms. I haven't had any crazy pregnancy symptoms. I never really had any crazy pregnancy like cravings or anything. And I really have always prioritized my health through the entire journey, like making sure I'm drinking enough water, making sure that I'm trying to eat enough fruits and vegetables and get enough protein and all this stuff. And I was watching the Kardashians a few weeks ago, and it was one of the episodes when Kim is pregnant with Saint, and she goes and flies to New Orleans to eat baguettes, and then she goes and flies to Paris to eat churros. And all these things, and then she comes home and she's swollen up like a balloon and she's having complications and issues. And I thought to myself, like, well, no shit, homegirl, like, look at how you're treating your body. Like, you should be treating your body the absolute best when you are literally bringing a new life into the world, rather than just like, well, I'm pregnant, this is a free-for-all for me to eat a bunch of shit that isn't good for me. That's my little 2 cents there. But also, like, I feel like my essence has changed. I feel like my energy has changed. I feel like what I really care about has changed. And honestly, like, I already thought that I didn't have that high of a give a fuck meter. It has, I don't even think the meter exists anymore, to be honest with you, because the things that I found myself caring about even a year ago, I'm literally like, who fucking cares? Who cares? It is not important. All the things that I see people stressing about, I'm like, y'all are tripping over nothing. This is this doesn't matter. So again, I'm becoming even more of that embodiment of what I teach other people, because something that I do teach a lot of my clients is the art of not giving a fuck, and really getting to the root of, well, why do you care so much about this thing? Why does this thing bother you so much? Why does this situation hold so much mental real estate for you? Like, what is going on? How can we let it go? How can we really release the control, because it all comes back to the root, right? It always comes back to the root. And I think that that is such an important piece of this too, because I am really having the intention to be the embodiment of what I want to be for other people, but also, like, my energy and my essence and who I am as a person is evolving too. And I think that it is so beautiful to not only recognize for myself, but to just sit back and kind of just see for myself as well. And I am proud as shit of myself. I had worked myself up for the entirety of my life as to why I didn't want to be pregnant, give birth, and have children. And the second I got pregnant, I was like, okay, I want two. Like, it was a crazy weird, like, I went from not wanting any to wanting two. Um, I am the worst. No, I'm not. I take that back, because we don't talk about ourselves like that. I had this idea in my head that I was the worst patient for doctors and stuff, but all of my appointments, I have been very proud of myself that I don't pass out when I get my blood drawn. I'm not, being too dramatic with things that really, it's just uncomfortable. It's not even like, oh my God, you're hurting me. I do believe in a past life that I have, like, some serious medical trauma that I need to release, which that'll be something I work on eventually. But I think that's why I have such an issue with it today. Like, I have such a wound around just the medical industry, and any type of medical stuff that has to happen for me. I always just have a hard time with it, had a hard time with it. That is no longer my, what I'm claiming for myself. We are doing this in real time, you guys. But I'm very proud of myself throughout this entire journey. I really am looking forward to this next chapter. I am really looking forward to having you all be here with me through it. And again, I wasn't keeping anything from you, but I was. Again, I love you guys, but I don't know y'all like that. You might feel like you know me so well because you hear me talk once a week, and I share quite a lot, but I wanted to keep it sacred. I really, that was important to me, and it still is very important to me, and I want to encourage you too, like, you don't have to share every single thing with the internet. You really don't. Like, and when you get to the root of why you feel like you need to, you will uncover some truth about yourself that maybe you weren't aware of, right? Are you posting things online because you hope that the girl who was a bully to you in middle school sees that you're thriving now? I don't know. Are you posting shit online to hope that your father, who wasn't around you growing up, sees it and thinks, man, I really missed out on being a part of some incredible kid's life? I don't know. Like, why do you feel the need to share things, it's interesting to really think about and kind of dissect, because it's not a natural thing that we do. It's not natural for us to share our every thing with the internet. It's such a weird time to be alive. I love it, don't get me wrong. I love the internet. I think the internet is sick as shit. In a good way sick, not well, it can be in a bad way sick too. But y'all, I'm starting to lose it. I'm digressing here. I actually have a prenatal massage scheduled today, so I'm looking forward to that. And again, when y'all listen to this, I'm already gonna have a baby, so it's weird. It's weird to record something that's gonna be put out so far into the future. Um, yeah, who knows? And again, the importance of this was to kind of share a little bit of the backstory and to kind of just let you know where I'm at right now, um, how things are feeling and flowing and moving, because this really does make me feel like I'm getting to share with you guys before it's like real, you know? And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is going to be a really great new season. This is going to be a really great new opportunity. This is really going to be a great new, not only time to for me to evolve and to really focus even more on like the embodiment of what I do and who I am, but also I want this to be your permission slip too. I really want this to be your permission slip to be like, whatever it is that you think is hard, whatever it is that you think is scary and daunting and overwhelming and anxiety riddled, is it, you know, is it really? I really want you to take this as an opportunity to explore that for yourself and really see if that is actually true. Or is it just your inner critic running her fucking mouth when she shouldn't be? Because it's probably a little bit of that. She's probably got a lot of shit to say, okay? All right, well, I'm going to wrap up this episode. The next time I talk to you guys will be in real time. This is probably the last in the past new released episode that I ever do because I think it's kind of weird. It's hard to like talk to you guys and know that this isn't going to come out in the next week. Yeah, it feels a little strange. But like I said, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. And yeah, wishing you all of the abundance that you could ever possibly desire this week. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.